Welcome to the Life Chat Podcast, seeking the truth with Derek Powell, navigating you through every Wednesday night. New topics ignite, join the journey, let's take flight. Bringing insights that change our view. Derek's voice, clear and true. Tune in each week, discover new light. Life Chat Podcast, reach a new height.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Life Chat Podcast. Thank you for joining me tonight. Tonight, I have a special guest, a very special guest to me, a very important person in my life. Miss Holly Miss Holly Welling-Bassett is a integral part of how I got to be in the position that I'm in. Got to be at this point. She was just on screen. I don't know what happened, what she did. She went out and she came back on, and then just a minute. So we will have Holly back on screen in just a couple minutes. But being as though she is my special guest for the night, I don't want to start the actual episode without Holly being present. I just want to talk about what the actual topic is, though. I want to give you my insight on what the topic is, and then Holly will come back on. For me, stability is just like being able to hold my own in a specific situation. I just wanted to. There's Holly.
What happened?
I don't know what you did, Holly.
I didn't do anything.
But I already started. We're on.
Listen, you kicked me off, man.
Here we go with the blame game. See, I had everybody thinking you did it. Don't set me up like that.
My screen went blank, and then all these circles just kept going. I'm like, this motherfucker kicked me off. I put my shade. I said, "Are we gonna be famous? Do I have to put my shades on?" As soon as I put my shades on, the screen went black, and it said something on my end went wrong, and I said, "This motherfucker kicked me off of his show already."
I forgot to mention to everybody that Holly cusses like two sailors. So if you have very sensitive ears, please. I don't know what to tell you, but just do what you do, Holly. I already knew. I was willing to bet. I was willing to bet that the very first word that came out of your mouth was going to be a cuss word. Trust me, I just talked to you about that. I cuss, but I cuss in my head. I don't cuss verbally.
My bad.
If I can help it, do what you do. I mean, that's the way you express it, because sometimes that's what we need, you know. But
yeah.
Let's get back to the topic, Holly.
Okay.
So we're going to introduce Miss Holly Welling-Bassett. Holly is a very integral part of a big reason why I'm in the position I'm in. Holly, I met Holly last year, and then I met her again this year because I don't know if you mind me sharing, how we met.
No, share away.
Holly was a counselor at Avenues. Is a counselor at Avenues Recovery Center, rehab that I went to in Cambridge, Maryland. And when I first met Holly, she had this dog. And anybody knows me knows I don't like dogs at all. But the more I stuck around, the more I realized that the dog, Chloe, her name was Chloe. Chloe had more of she was more of a personable spirit than a lot of people that I know. And I never really affiliated or associated with dogs like that. But I even got to the point of petting Chloe.
Yes, you did.
And it was crazy that I overcame one of my fears, y'all. But
yes.
Back to the topic at hand with Miss Holly Welling-Bassett. The hot topic is stability. And before we actually get into the topic of stability, Holly, I want you to just introduce yourself, give us a little bit about who Holly is and why the topic means so much to you, because you actually selected the topic.
I did. So I'm Holly, and I'm an addict. I'm in recovery. I have a little over 9 years clean and sober, and I chose the topic Motherfucking stability, because I lacked stability in my life for so long. And I remember my sponsor asking me when I had, I don't know, maybe 90 days clean or something, what did I want out of recovery? And I said, I just want some stability. I want to know that I am going to wake up in the same place for more than a couple weeks or a couple months. I just want some stability in my life. So that's why I chose the topic.
Okay, and that to me that makes perfect sense, because earlier I was thinking about how was I actually going to approach the topic for tonight's episode.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
like I said, I normally don't try to have things really fully formatted, because I want things to flow and just be natural. And I actually thought along those same lines, like I remember being, I'm just gonna say, homeless,
Yeah.
and not really
Yeah.
or couch surfing, or just trying to find somewhere I could lay my head after everything was gone, because and that's a big part of stability. After I done spent my check, spent my whole check, I was promised to have a place to stay for the night. Now everything is gone. Now I got to go.
Yeah.
So there was no stability in that. There was nowhere to lay my head. And this is in my own hometown where I was born and raised. And, my family's there, my friends are there, or people I thought were my friends at the time. But my associates were there, and a place I'm familiar with. But I still wasn't stable. And sometimes I think
Mm-hmm.
that people feel that really it's not just about your housing situation that brings on instability, but I think a lot of times, sometimes people fail to realize that you might have a place to lay your head, but there are like 4 different stages of homelessness.
Yeah.
Just because you have a place to lay your head, if that's not your actual residence, you're homeless. If you're couch surfing,
Ab-
you're homeless. If your name is not on those
absolutely.
bills, you're homeless. But
Absolutely.
yeah, and that's a whole nother topic, right? But also with that included, stability plays a part with the emotional state. Are we emotionally stable? Me personally,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I feel like I'm not. I'm not a doctor. I can't diagnose. I'm not going to diagnose myself. But sometimes I feel like I'm not, because my thoughts just go so, they bounce off the walls. Sometimes I still have these thoughts of using, or thoughts of drinking, or thoughts of doing something that I know is going to be a detriment to my recovery.
Yeah, but
But
we have no control over our thoughts. Zero
yeah,
control. Only our
yeah,
actions. So,
yeah. So come on, bring us some. Come on, give us something, Holly.
I just,
Cuss it away.
well, fucking shit. So, stability, right? Let's talk about all those different levels of stability. And I want to talk about being a woman. So, stability as a woman, I always had somebody else taking care of me. So as a
Mm-hmm.
child, it was my parents, right? And then I started using when I was very, very young. We're talking, I was a strung out heroin addict at the age of 15. So going
Oh,
into adulthood, it was a man taking care of me. I was never taking care of myself. And then, as I got older and still in active addiction, getting married and having kids, it was always somebody else taking care of me. I was never, stability and then independence too kind of goes hand in hand. So it was always somebody else taking care of me. And I never had my own. Never, ever, ever did I have my own. And it went from, if I didn't have someone taking care of me, then I had nothing. So then I was couch surfing, staying here, staying there, in and out of jail. I get out of jail, where am I going to go? Well, I'm going to go stay here for a little bit. Then I'm going to go back to jail. And then when I got out of jail, I'm going to go stay there for a little bit. And then I'm going to run to Florida. And then I'm going to go here. And then I'm going to go there. And I'm just going to get in where I can fit in and stay where I can stay, because I have nothing and I have no one. And then it got to the point where I was homeless on the beach in Florida. And my home was when the restaurants closed down at night and they had outdoor seating. So I would get all the cushions from outside and I would stack them up and I would sleep on the outdoor patio.
Improvising.
That was my home. Listen, it was Florida. It was beautiful, but that, you know what I mean? That was my home. And I remember the first time that I had actual stability and independence, 36 years old. After I had gone to treatment for the 17th time, the last time and the 17th time, you know, I'd gone to this halfway house and I got kicked out after like 30, 60 days because I just couldn't follow the rules. Didn't get high or anything. I just couldn't follow the rules. You know what I mean?
I can see that happening.
I just couldn't follow the goddamn fucking rules because Holly's going to do what Holly wants to do. Holly always does what Holly wants to do. So I got kicked out. And thank God I'd been going to meetings and had a sponsor. So, like, I was okay. You know, I had people to look out for me. And I found a room to rent with other recovering addicts that had had a little bit of time. It wasn't a halfway house or anything. It was just a house with some roommates that were in recovery. You know, I lived in that house for 2 years, paying $125 a week for this room. Got me a little bedroom set from Rent-A-Center that I paid on. I think I paid like 10 grand at the end for this, but it was mine. And I fucking paid for that shit, right?
10 grand
and
for
then,
a bedroom.
right, from Rent-A-Center, you know? And I lived there for 2 years and I paid my bills and it was the most stability I had ever had in my life. And I did it on my own and I paid for it by myself. And I bought my first little car by myself, and it was a little 1998 something. It was a little Honda Accord. And when I drove over the railroad tracks, the window fell down in the track of the car. And that's okay, because I paid for it, and it was mine. You know, it was mine.
Yeah.
And I got it. It was and it was in my name. I was 36 years old, and it was the first time I had my own car in my name. That's stability. That's independence. And that's when you can be proud of yourself, you know? So.
You know, you said a whole lot in that short period.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you mentioned that part about the car, about having the room and the car and getting the bedroom set for $10,000.
Right.
But the reason why I mentioned that was I heard you mention that your age at that time was like 36 years old.
Yep.
Right. And I'm not ashamed, like today, I'm not ashamed to say that I'm 50 years old. I'll be 51 years old next month. You know?
Yeah.
I have never had my license, and I'm 50 years old, right?
Okay.
But I'm just now getting to the point where I'm completing this. I'm working on this I'm doing this DUI class, and I got like another 6 weeks to go before I'm able to get my license after I complete this class, right? But I used to be ashamed of that, you know, because there was no stability. You know, there was no, my thought wasn't even to get licensed because it was, you know, I was just so used to running the streets and drinking and hanging out in the park and jumping in other people's car. What do I need license for? But now I want to be able to say, I did this, I got this now.
Yeah. Our priorities were all fucked up.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Yes. The sad part is we grow accustomed to it, and that's what we're used to, and that's what we like. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that's what we like. I'm not gonna say that's what we like. Yeah, definitely addicted to chaos.
We love that chaos. Have you ever noticed that when like shit gets really chaotic, not in our own lives, but like around us, we can remain eerily calm in chaos? Have you ever noticed that?
That's always a tool. I mean, you can always do that because we're so used to that. It's like that comes second nature. That comes second nature because living in that type of lifestyle, we're always around it, and we know how to navigate through it.
So we can use that as a tool.
It's only an issue when everything is calm. When everything is calm, then we try to create chaos.
Yeah, but we don't have to do that anymore. We don't have to. My life is so goddamn boring today by design. I love it. It's almost my bedtime.
You told me
I was going to wear my jammies. It's almost my bedtime. I'm in bed by 8 o'clock.
You could have worn your pajamas. You're only on the screen. It's not your body.
On a Friday night, Holly is on the couch at 8 o'clock with her 6 dogs snuggled up, eating some chips and watching TV. Yes.
Waiting for a Ravens game. You know,
fuck yeah. Go Ravens!
For those that don't know, Holly is she has a severe case of Ravenitis. She is like the biggest Ravens fan I ever met. Look at this tattoos of Ravens. She's like the biggest football fan that I know that supports the Ravens. But since you said how many years do you have, Queen?
A little over 9. God willing. No, fuck that. I'll have 10 years in May.
Well, congratulations on what you have
Thank
so
you.
far.
Thank you. Thank you.
How has stability changed from within the last 9, almost 10 years with the sobriety? With the sobriety part. Because a lot of times, sometimes we kind of push the good things away. We get comfortable, we get complacent, we get relaxed, and we start pushing things away, and then we slowly lose our stability. So, what do you do now to keep that level of stability going?
You know what? Good question. I keep doing what has been working.
There you go.
You know what I mean? I don't stop, like people say, like mental health medication, right? When you start feeling better, you stop taking it. Why? Obviously it's working, so keep fucking taking it, right? So it's like you're going to meetings or, whatever it is that you do. Me, I go to meetings, I have a sponsor, I do all the shit that people told me to do. Whatever it is you choose to do, have fucking at it, right? But that's what I do. And it's working. So I'm not going to stop. So that's what I do. And within these 10 years, and it didn't take 10 years, so let's see, been a homeowner. Listen,
that's the
let me tell you what recovery has given me, okay? With not even 10 years, I own a home, right? 4 bedrooms, 2 stories, 4 bedrooms. A vehicle, not one, but 1, 2, 3 vehicles. Now, they're my husband's and I'm married.
There you go. You found somebody that was able to deal with you. Yeah.
And he loves the Ravens too. And he has tattoos from his neck on down. So like my goddamn fucking soulmate, right? And he can put up with me. So we have a home, 4-bedroom home. We have 1, 2, 3 vehicles in the driveway, fenced-in backyard, 6 dogs. If I bring another one home, he will divorce me.
6 of them.
6 of them.
And none of them are puppies from the pictures I've seen.
No, none of them are puppies. I have 3 boys that today I'm just mom. And there was a time where I abandoned them, where I was a piece of shit for a mother. Piece of shit. My kids got in my way of what I wanted to do because my kids are 17, 19, and 21. I only have 9 years clean and sober, so that tells you something. They were of age when I was getting high. So I was a piece of shit and abandoned my own kids. So, and today I'm just mom, right? Just got back from a cruise on the Bahamas. We went to a cruise, went to the Bahamas. Yeah.
We saw the pictures. We saw the pictures.
Right?
And the videos.
So this is what, and let me tell you something. And it's not like I have some great job I love my job. I do. I have a great job, but they don't pay me a lot of money. They do not pay me a lot of money. So I didn't get some fucking job that pays me a lot of money, so I saved money and I was able to buy a house or anything. No, today I'm a good person. I met a good man, right? His grandmother's fucking loaded. She's got a lot of money, okay? So what happened was she gave us a down payment for the house. That's how we bought the house. So if I wasn't clean and sober, I would have never had met this man who has a rich grandmother who helped us buy a house. So that's the way it works. You know, you're a good person. You do good things. Good things happen for you. So, like, when I first got clean, all I wanted was stability. Maybe just rent a little apartment. You know, have my kids back in my life, get a little job, pay my bills. You know, that kind of shit. I never thought I'd live the life and have what I have today. Never. In my wildest dreams, like they say.
That's
Never.
what they say. And
That's what they
they mean
say.
by that. They don't
And
when they
that's
say
what they mean.
the life of your wildest dreams, they don't mean you're gonna have a big huge mansion on the
No.
hillside and all. It just
No.
means that you're gonna the things that you want, the things that you desire, the things that you thought that you should have had, you would have.
Dream bigger.
Just
Dream
by,
bigger.
just by
Dream
not
bigger.
throwing your life away.
Yep.
And
Here, look at one
that's
of them.
nasty now.
He's so mean. He's my devil dog. Can you see him?
I see him.
He's so
the teeth.
nasty.
That's what gets me, seeing dogs seeing the teeth.
Yeah, he's so nasty. He's mean.
But even in that, the dog probably I believe was it you? Somebody was mentioning about how the dog really didn't even like when they came around, the dog would even, I think, sense it, or the dog would just stay away from it or something like that in their addiction.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if it was you, but I remember somebody saying that when I was in Avenue, you know. But that also goes back to the stability part, because even like things we don't see in ourselves, everybody else sees, you know.
Yep.
Like just like sometimes the desperation. Sometimes people will see our desperation before we even realize that we're at the point that we're at. I know for me personally, a lot of people would always say, "There's something about you, you know, this and that," and I'm like, I brush them off, this and that. But you know, as the brain clears up slightly, just a little bit, because it takes a long time for everything to clear up.
Yes.
You know, we start to see these things about ourselves, start to see these things in ourselves, and start having these feelings. You know, I have a thought that maybe I could do something different. You know, and when the stability part kicks in, like now I feel like I'm a lot more stable, and I am a lot more stable. I'm not in my own home, but just the fact, I've tried to explain this to people all the time, just the short period of time that I have clean, so many beautiful things that happened in my life. You know, it's only been a few months, but so many things that happened in my life, and so many opportunities that come along, and that just comes from just not using, because I'm not. I mean, I attend meetings and stuff like that, but I'm not no NAAA guru or 12-step, whatever you want to call it. But just the little things now are huge to me. You know, so I'm working toward trying to reach that level of stability that I feel as though I deserve. So you know, we try to we try not to take this. We try not to take it out too long. We try not to stretch it out too long. So we gonna try to wrap it up in just another couple minutes, another few minutes, right? But I did want to ask you one more thing. I was gonna make it a joke. I was gonna make it a joke, but I'm not gonna make it a joke.
You can make it. I like to joke around.
No, I know it. But no. Seriously, instability. How does stability now play a part in your role with dealing with other people in the capacity that you work in your field? Because you know, like sometimes, I get it seems like you might have I'm gonna say our lives, because we're still a family. You have our lives like in your hands sometimes. How does that play a part right now in your life?
So my biggest thing is I show up. I show up every day, and my biggest thing is I do what I say I'm going to do, because I know for me, I remember what it is like to be fresh in treatment. I remember what it's like to be broken. I remember what it's like to have nothing. And I remember people telling you they're going to do something and then not doing it, or brushing you off, and you already are so broken, and you already feel this big. And I remember feeling like that. And I would never, ever want to make somebody feel like that. So I know that I'm going to show up every day, and I will always keep my word, and I will never say I'm going to do something and then not do it. And that is my commitment to my job and to the clients that walk through that door. And I think that's why I am the way I am at work. And the compassion and empathy that I do have is because I so remember what it feels like. And it sucks. It really fucking sucks. You know, so if I can ease that at all, that's what I want to do.
And you do that for a lot of people, and I've seen it firsthand. And I gotta say, you kind of broke me down when I first met you at Avenues, because no, it's not that I didn't like you. I didn't like the way that you're your persistence, because you kept trying to get me to do this and do that and this dog, but the more you kept pushing, the slower, you chipped away at, the little wall I had up. And again, that comes from being on the street and being around certain activities and being around certain people with the, all the fake, stuff all the fake stuff, and just being in that environment. But you really had an impact on me and my life, and a lot of other people that are connected to us. So I just wanted to tell you thank you, and
thank you.
Thank you for being on the episode for the night. And I was looking at you right with this hat on, this hoodie on. I'm saying you must be in a really cool room, because I'm sweating here just drinking this tea. So I can imagine are you sweating with that hat and that hoodie on? But
no, anyway. I'm in my bathroom.
In the bathroom with the Ravens.
Yes.
Outfit on. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, listen. You know what though?
Listen, my house is at 64 because I'm premenopausal and I had hot flashes.
That's a whole nother subject. That's a whole nother topic. But
you know
what though? But that stability. That's because that's your bathroom. You can do what you want to do in your bathroom.
Fuck yeah.
But thank you. Is there anything you would like? Any advice that you have for anybody right now that don't know where to turn, that might want help, that really don't know what to do right now, that don't know where to turn?
Reach out, ask for help, go to a meeting. If you don't know where to go to a meeting, ask for help, and somebody at that meeting can get you help, whether it's getting you in somewhere because you need to detox or treatment or whatever, but go to a meeting, ask for help, somebody will help you.
Thank you for your advice, Holly.
Yes. Hold on. Can I leave you with this?
Come on.
Shut the fuck up.
Stop it, Holly. I knew that was coming. I was kind of waiting for that to come. Some people don't understand that, but yeah, everybody from Avenues understands that. But I just gonna need you to just stay on after I closed out. Just stay on until so we can finish the conversation afterward. But thank you for being on for tonight, Holly. Thank you for everybody thank you for our viewers. Thank you for everybody that will be watching the video later on tonight or whenever you have the opportunity. Thank you for supporting Live Chat Podcast. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube. Thank you. Appreciate you. Be blessed. Good night.
Welcome to the Life Chat Podcast, seeking the truth with Derek Powell, navigating you through. Every Wednesday night, new topics ignite. Join the journey, let's take flight. Bringing insights that change our view. Derek's voice, clear and true. Tune in each week, discover new light. Life Chat Podcast, reach a new height.